From the air, a glimpse of one of nature's great wildernesses, the virgin rainforest of Borneo, one of the most biodiverse on the planet, important to the indigenous population, essential to the Earth's ecosystem. It has stood for thousands of years. But it's being destroyed at a rate said to be unparalleled in human history. It's disappearing under a two-pronged onslaught from logging and the proliferation of palm oil plantations. This is Sarawak, Malaysian Borneo, the latest victim of the chainsaw and pursuit of profit.
Just 50 years ago, everything below me was all tropical rainforest, but in northern Borneo, estimated that less than 3% is remaining, but no one knows exactly for sure. Of that is remaining, that could all disappear within a few short years unless urgent action is taken.
There is still forest, 70% according to the Sarawak state government, though most is secondary and not all of it sustainable according to critics. The deforestation is damaging to the environment and destroying the habitat of indigenous tribes such as the ABIN and Penan.
Here in Sarawak, more justice is given to the logging company to whip out all the forests where the Penan are living. Because of that, it is the people who survive in the forest are the ones that are having a lot of problem.
Since 1950, Borneo as a whole has been losing forest at the rate of more than 1.2 million hectares per year. That's 12,000 square kilometres.
Money always wins, environment loser, and I think the planet cannot afford for the environment to lose out.
The governments of Brunei, Malaysia and Indonesia, which each have a share of Borneo, have agreed to protect roughly 220,000 square kilometres of forest, but it is self-policing with no independent supervision.
And if you talk about environmental laws here, they only exist on paper. You know? For instance, when you talk about logging, our law only requires that environmental impact assessment be done only in respect of re-logging. So for fresh cutting, it is not required to be done. You know?
Sarawak officials maintain that it has a series of checks and balances in place which is preventing further exploitation of virgin rainforests.
At the moment, only areas that has been cultivated has been done for short-term cultivation. Where my ministry come in, we will allow a plantation to come in. So we do not actually clear so-called pristine rainforest for plantation.
But on the roads of Sarawak, we saw hordes of logging trucks carrying large cut trees, which we were informed were from virgin rainforests, a fact confirmed by this man who said he was working for a large logging company. We have protected his identity.
Actually, they didn't cut just one type of wood. They cut all sorts of trees, including the virgin rainforest.
Logging companies deny that they are destroying rainforest or going beyond the remit of their government-issued concessions. And palm oil companies maintain they are contributing to the welfare of the country and dismiss criticism from environmentalists.
These people want rainforests to be preserved at all costs. And that is not possible because as a tropical country, the whole country is covered with rainforest potentially. So if you want a situation where 100% of our land is to conserve as forest, then where do we live? What do we do? How do we generate economic activity?
The burning question, though, is what can be done to save what remains of the virgin rainforest. And despite the campaigns, the summits, the good intentions and the promises, the rate of destruction is increasing, not decreasing. And time is running out. Tony Birtley, Al Jazeera, Sarawak, Northern Borneo.